Oh, that's that's not very festive. I drove a couple hours down to Cape Girardeau, met my grandparents. That's like a semi halfway point between us, and we had Outback Steakhouse. First time I'd had Outback in many, many years. Ate too much of a bloomin' onion, and then I had a frustratingly mediocre ribeye. Awful.
Oh, you never get the ribeye from Outback.
Well, I haven't been there in fucking a decade.
Victorious fillet. That's what you want.
Didn't know. Next time I go, 10 years from now, I'll know to get the Victorious
sweet potato and a baked potato.
You get 2 potatoes?
Yeah, you got a sweet potato and a baked potato. You load them both.
I got a Caesar salad and fries.
Okay, boring.
And I only ate like 5 fries, probably. So it wasn't even.
Okay,
it was
any other lies?
Okay. Maybe I ate 5 bites of the Caesar salad and I ate all the
fries. Professor X showed up and asked me if I wanted to fly back in the X-plane, so that was sick.
Yeah.
Nobody eats 5 fries. Yeah, I get the baked potato and the sweet potato, and the sweet potato's got like brown sugar and butter and stuff. Delicious. So good.
I'd want, that sounds great, but I don't want a potato and a sweet potato. They're similar enough that I'm going to be sick of it by the end of the first one.
No, one's like completely different like flavors and everything. Like one's this like salty and tangy baked potato with sour cream and butter and shit, and the other is like, you know, a sweet desserty type thing.
When I get baked potatoes at restaurants, I always like try to pretend I'm being, well, it's not even pretending. It's healthier. Like I just salt it. I don't even put butter on it. I don't put sour cream. Like I just am like, all right, you're in pretty deep with all the apps you just scarfed. So on on this, you know, you'll be a little healthier. No bacon bits for this guy. My body's a temple.
I don't trust. I almost never eat bacon from restaurants. Certainly not like lower end restaurants. I like my bacon crispy and real. I don't like floppy, chewy, gross, fatty bacon.
Do you like almost to the point of burn?
Yeah. When I bite it, it should crisp, like it should snap like a chip. It should be. I should be able to like snap it off like that. Like
you might like it even more burned than I do, because I don't
bend.
I don't want it shattering. I want a slight bend. But
bacon sucks. It's wildly overrated. Back 15 years ago when bacon was a meme, it was super duper overrated. It's not good. It is not when you talk about the pleasure pain, right? Pain being how fat it makes you versus how good it is. Bacon doesn't make my list. I don't eat that shit.
I don't think you're eating it right. I don't think you have good bacon either.
I think
and
you
probably
good.
Haven't eaten bacon in 8 years. But I like to bake that bacon, put it on a sandwich, little mayonnaise, little lettuce,
little tomato.
Oh, it is
what?
Yeah, a little tomato.
You know what I had like 6 months ago? I don't know how Fritos even got in this house, but they were on my plate when Jackie brought me lunch. So I put the Fritos in the sandwich, and it was so much better than I thought it would be. It's amazing. Yeah. It puts that crunch in there. I haven't had it since, but top notch.
Yeah, there are a lot of sandwiches that include like a handful of potato chips crunched in the middle.
Yeah,
top tier.
I feel like a child when I do that. Like if I ever put a bunch of chips in a sandwich, there's something, even if I'm alone, although I guess I haven't done this in many, many years. Like I think it's like, this is such a little kid thing to do, but it's not bad. It's pretty solid.
I'm hearing chips and I'm like, that sounds plain. You want like a Dorito, something that really brings something new to the table.
No, I would want like a dill pickle flavored cruncher. You know, the crunchers chips.
Okay. I was picturing like a lame fucking Lay's or something.
Jalapeno kettle chips in there.
A regular Lay's is delicious. I love regular Lay's, but if you put that in like a moist sandwich, it doesn't have the integrity to stand up to the moisture in the sandwich. It's going to mush. Whereas like a cruncher, a kettle cooked chip can withstand that, and it's still crunchy by the end of the sandwich. This episode's brought to you by Crunchers.
But I think Lay's are bottom tier potato chips. Even just putting your hand in the bag, it comes out like greased on the back of your hand. That's gross.
That's a sign of quality.
Yeah, I like the regular Lay's.
Literally the worst chips made.
Oh, you're
one of the worst snacks made.
They're in the top 5 for me for sure. Like the OG Lay's, are definitely top 5 potato chip for me. I don't like any Pringles at all. I don't like the residue they leave in my mouth. I don't like that they're not really chips. They're just compressed potato shavings or filings or whatever they call it. That's gross to me too. As a kid, I loved them. I was like, oh yeah, So good. Sour cream and onion was my jam as a kid. I wanted everything sour cream and onion with mustard on it. I don't know what was wrong with me.
If you're gonna go Pringles, sour cream and onion is the GOAT flavor. But as a young kid, I remember like if you went to a friend's house and they had the pizza flavor, I'm talking like 9 years old, that was a grand slam as a kid to go over. And because my mom never bought snacks like that for us. I had to work hard to get overweight. And so like I had to eat just 5 dinners. And so like when I would go over there and I would always think in my head, like, God, Elliot's mom is so fucking cool. Like she buys him pizza, Pringles. She buys him, there's a whole bag of Twizzlers in here, and not the kind that I don't like. As a kid, I liked the kind that you could, eating was an experience. You peeled off the pieces of the big round Twizzler that looked like an underground internet cable. Those ones. Oh man, those were great.
I remember my mom would take my friend, my brother, and I to the YMCA to go swimming. And then she'd bust out like a sleeve of Pringles. When it's first opened, it seems like bottomless Pringles. But you split Pringles 4 ways, you're talking about 1.5 inches of Pringles. That ain't shit. Pringles run out in a hurry when you split them with a group.
Yeah. And unlike regular chips, like if you eat a bunch of Lay's or Crunchers or Cape Cod, another solid one, like you can tell that it's a chip. It maintains some structural integrity until it's just mush. Pringles immediately become mush. Like you can chew a Pringle with your tongue on the roof of your mouth, because I've done it.
Yeah,
like
it'll just dissolve in your mouth.
It just becomes mush. Yeah, it's like an acid tab of a chip.
The Pringles make an amazing like entry into your mouth, but then they dissolve into something you want gone, and then you repeat the process.
Mm-hmm. You can't stop. Chips are addictive.
I haven't had Pringles in years. They're not technically chips in the UK because of their makeup, and they tried to sue to get around. There's a special tax on chips over there, crisps as they call them, and they're like, "Nah, you're paying the tax anyway."
Dude, when I remember, speaking of chips, my younger brother on road trips, like we'd stop at a gas station and my dad would be like, "Get a snack or whatever," and so I'd pick out whatever I wanted, and without fail, he always would get the chili cheese Fritos.
Yeah.
Which the breath of a fucking 9-year-old him when I'm 11 and we're sitting in like the captain seats of a Honda Odyssey. Like it was so I could smell him like just doing my own thing. I could have my Pokemon Game Boy up playing and I would just be like, oh fuck. He found, I wish they wouldn't have these chili cheese fucking Fritos at gas stations. And he figured that out. And so every once in a while he'd go like, oh, and he'd breathe on me. And I hate, it was hot. It was stinky. I have an aversion to chili cheese Fritos to this day. Won't touch one. Won't touch a chili cheese Frito.
Adult me always has breath mints in my pocket, and I will offer them to a motherfucker like that. Hey, would you like a mint? No. Double down. Are you sure? Are you sure you don't want a mint? I think you'd like a mint right now. People get it.
Yeah, that's not rude. That's polite. It's like, have you ever been talking to people out at a dinner or social event or whatever, and 40 minutes into a conversation where you're all standing around after a wedding or something, you go to the bathroom and you see you've had like a piece of salad in your tooth, and it's like, what the fuck? Like no one could have pulled me aside and been like, yo, Taylor, you got a little something here. I could just go away and do it. I always do that to the point I'm never rude, but if someone has something in their teeth right away, as soon as I notice, I'm like, check that out. You got some food in there. I'm not saying it because it's gross to bully you. I'm saying it because, there, but for the grace of God, go I.
And then on the receiving side, you've made an emotional deposit. You've made a deposit in the emotional bank account. That guy's like, Taylor told me on the down low that I have a little embarrassing problem to fix. Thanks, Taylor. I know a thing or two about Taylor now.
I worked with a guy who had like halitosis or something. Like he had a medical issue, clearly. There was something going on. And I told him like right away, like, bro, I don't remember if it was me that told him, but I know that it was me that would tell him anytime it got bad again. And he would ask me, like he worked in the internet department. So he would talk to the customers who emailed in and stuff. And then he would pitch them off to me to like actually do the sale. So we and he was in the BDC, like development center or whatever. And he would like, how's my breath? No good. And he had like the at-home bottle of Listerine next to his desk, and he right there at his desk, he would like rinse and spit in the trash can. He's like, "How about now? Nailed it. Let's go talk to this customer." Like he needed that to go talk to people. He needed to like hit a shot of that stuff and then go. He was so stupid.